If I were to start my collection over again for cheapies specifically, these are the 10 that I would start off with.
Here's some codes to save you some cash on your next Middle Eastern, niche, or designer fragrances.
What's going on, guys? My name is Nebo. Welcome back to AROMATIX. 10 cheapies I'll always have in my collection. Basically, a must-have for every man's collection, or cheapie collection, rather. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started with an honorable mention of the subscribe button. I'm honorably mentioning it because you should click that thing. And I'm also going to honorably mention Off-and-On Supremacy Not Only Intense. While it might not be the closest thing to Aventus, it is still absolutely worth the money. If you like long-lasting, beastly projecting fragrances, that's not going to be exactly that, obviously. If you want exactly that, get that. This is a great fragrance to grab. Like I said, might not be the closest, but still absolutely worth the pickup. Supremacy Not Only Intense is the best Supremacy, period. So let's go ahead and get down to the bread and butter of this list, and kicking things off with something you could literally wear every single day. By Latafa, it's called Final Edition, basically, or Sheikh Al Shuyukh Final Edition. AROMATIX Fresh Shower Gel. AROMATIX, the channel, also another reason why you should have already subscribed by now, and Sweet. This basically smells like every man out of the shower, fresh out of the shower. Smells a lot like YSL YEDP, one of the most successful fragrances on the market, understandably so. I own that as well, and I will always have it in my collection, but on a budget, it's unbelievable how good this is. For under 25 bucks, I mean, I found this one time, or maybe even now, we'll see. Check the links down in the description for authentic and lowest prices for around 18 bucks. Stocking stuffers, you could literally gift this to anyone and they will appreciate and enjoy it. I find that this one is better than Fakar by Latafa, also the same style DNA. There are certain differences, but they do get in a similar family. If you can't get this one, get the other and vice versa. But to me, the better one is going to be the Final Edition. YEDP, fresh shower gel, sage, aromatics, crunchy sugar-like quality, while still being a very mass appealing and compliment worthy fragrance. Performance for this one lasts easily 10 hours. For a cheapie, it's unbelievable. Please do spray this on like you want to smell like it at least 7 times, at least. The occasions, dress it to dates, gym, office, literally everywhere. Also increasing the value of this one for the low price tag. Solid ass fragrance that I will always have in my collection because of exactly that. Offering another clean, fresh blue, a little bit more musky, mature, and masculine. This is gonna be Shiaka Blue. Another one that's for around $25, maybe $35, not sure exactly, but it's generally speaking under 40 bucks. And worth every penny of exactly that. This kind of takes you in a realm between the YEDP meets like Bleu de Chanel. A bit more sweetened, more musky, and more masculine because of exactly that. This thing lasted for me in the beginning about 7 hours, but now I get 10 plus easily next day on clothing with this one. It has fabric softener vibes while also offering you that shower gel vibe at the same time. And this one being a fragrance that performs, you could literally wear it as a signature scent for every single occasion. Wear it during the beginning of school day and it'll last all the way down into like the gym after school and dinner and all that good stuff. Smells good, very mass appealing, and generic in every good way. Easily one of the best blues you can get for the price. Moving on to the next one, masculine barbershop-y Sauvage elixir style vibes. This is called Ghaith by Khadlaj. Easily one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite ones, and kind of does its own thing, man. It adds a hefty dose of vanilla, softening out all of that harsh licorice and making it even more of a modern touch towards a barbershop-y fragrance. Guys, you're gonna stand out for A, the projection, the vanillic nature, and B, for the masculinity of this fragrance. It's got hair on its chest and it smells great in every good way. It actually smells like a barbershop. It's one that I got complimented also at the barbershop. Performance for this, solid 8 hours. I'm not gonna say anything more than that, but as it started to age, it did give me more than that. But I would say that a solid 8 hours is pretty safe. You do have to be careful with this one though. Spray it on close because the atomizer for this, while it is pretty damn cool, you lose a lot of that juice. So spray it close, spray it about 7 times and you're set for the entire day. Wow, that's actually pretty strong. Occasions, signature scent, man. Maybe not the best during the summer, but you can still rock it during the summertime, man. I've rocked it to the gym. I've rocked it literally everywhere. I'll always have this one in my collection easily. Moving on to another one that's kind of barbershop-y as well, but it starts to add a bit more of a seductive vibe to it. Some ambers, some cardamom, one of the sexiest notes you can use, cardamom, and it's known for its use in La Nuit de l'Homme, cardamom, cedar, ambers. This is Jack of Clubs, and more so towards the La Nuit de l'Homme Blue Electrique vibes. Barbershop shoppy lavender, you know, this classic fougere with a modern, sexy, seductive touch to it. It smells amazing. I love this fragrance. I will always have it in my collection. This is actually my second one. I remember beating the hell out of the first one. And there are a lot of other ones in the market as well that are great, but for me personally, I like the cedar quality specifically in this one. It doesn't go too much towards the frothy and lavender shaving cream side of things, although still having it very present. It's some of the other ones can also either go, you know, one direction or the other, while this one maintains the focus on that cedar wood and the cardamom more than anything else, and I absolutely love it for exactly that. Jack of Clubs also lasts for me 10 hours easily, and it's got me a lot of compliments even at the gym. The occasions, date night, but also more versatile because of that blue infusion, adding this clean undertone to it, giving it more versatility. So it's like taking seduction into a versatile daily scent. But like I said, man, it smells a little bit too good for daily scent, but you could easily do it exactly that, is daily scent it. School, gym, office, dates, it's the best of all worlds, really. Price, performance, occasions, versatility, easily a 10 out of 10 in my collection is Jack of Clubs. Moving on to the next one. This is for oud lovers only. It's on the higher end of things, like under 100 bucks, where it should, you know, I'm all for lower prices, you guys, for sure, but quality is quality here. It's called Ignite Oud by Ahmed Al-Maghribi. It has this oud markouja vibe, but a lot more than just that. It's got like this lychee or sugary, creamier style of leather, which I actually appreciate even more. I love this fragrance. Performance on this, 3 sprays will last 3 days. Literally exactly that. Be careful because the projection is nuclear. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't think that it's the most summer appropriate. Have I done it? Yes, but yeah, I like to live on the edge, and that's pretty much it. Passion fruit, vanillic, creamy leather. The performance of this is absolutely nuclear, and the occasions, it would be special events only, man. You gotta be careful with this one, but it's so damn good. Moving on to another oud-based fragrance, but this one is a bit more versatile. You can actually wear I've worn this in every season, and I got more compliments during the summertime. This is called the Shadow Extrait de Parfum. It'll definitely remind you of and smells a lot like Ombre Nomade, except this one is not one that gave me the best performance right away. After, you know, for the first, I would say 2 weeks, it gave me about 6.5 hours, but I truly believe that I was going nose blind to it. In fact, during the second week of wearing, I thought I couldn't smell it anymore, and somebody complimented me like 7 hours in while I was at the gym. 7 hours later, and he was like, dude, you filled the entire gym, which is absolutely insane. But now that it's been about a month or so, it's beastly. It lasts for days on clothing. Absolutely no problem with it. The Shadow Extrait de Parfum. It has that same raspberry oud leather vibe and incense that you get a lot with these inky style of oud fragrances. And for me now, only now after maturation, it's borderline beastly stuff, man. I've rocked it during the summer, and I have no problem rocking it during any other season. I would say that for the most part, most people are gonna find this more appropriate for cooler weather and higher end special occasions. But if you like to celebrate every day like a special occasion, then that is easily one to go with. I wouldn't say the same for Ignite Oud. It just has a lot of a richness, but you could easily rock this one, you know, all year round. The Shadow Extrait de Parfum. Moving into something a bit more appropriate for dates, still having a masculinity to it, and rather using like patchouli, maybe a little bit of tobacco and tonka bean. Barouge Perle d'Or. Phenomenal fragrance. A phenomenal fragrance for the middle price range that reminds me a lot of Carlisle. That green apple nutmeg is something else, man. The contrast of that crisp green apple along with the patchouli smells absolutely intoxicating, mature, masculine, and it lasts a solid 8 to 9 hours, I would say. This is appropriate, most appropriate for dates and for the fall and the winter time, and maybe even during the spring nights. If you like Carlisle, you're absolutely gonna love this one. And even aside from that, for the value, for the price, it smells niche easily, man. It basically gives me the fall time or winter time by the fireplace, snuggled up with your lady, and this is the fragrance that you're rocking, man. Masculine, protector vibes, that's got it written all over it. Staying in that realm of things, kind of festive and sweetened and all that good stuff, one of my favorite inspos of the whole Angel Share style DNA is gonna be Celerio Epic, and this is kind of an infusion of more than just that. It also adds the note of dates, a bit more spices, and it lasts literally 3 days on clothing whenever I rock this one. I haven't worn it in quite some time, and since then, a lot have come out, and there are a lot of great ones. There's like Khamra Qahwa, and that one's quite different than this one. This one being more an infusion of something like Khamra meets the whole angel share. So you get a bit more cognac, but you also get those spiced aspects. And if you really appreciate the scent profile or DNA, then you'll still appreciate this one having some of those other ones. If you ask me, which ones would you start with? Well, you know what you're here for. Check the title of the video, and that's exactly what this one is for me. In terms of the performance, next level stuff. Believe it or not, you guys, I was at the gym the other day and I could smell something in the air. It smelled really good. I actually went up to the guy and I was like, hey bro, what are you wearing? And I swear to God, he said Celerio Epic. My jaw dropped because I was like, how the do you know about Celerio Epic? He was like, yeah, Celerio Epic. I was like, oh my God, like, that's absolutely insane. What are the odds or chances? But yeah, it smells good, and it smelled good on him at the gym. He was of Latino descent. You guys know how to smell good, man. We all know how to, if you're here, you know how to smell good. But nevertheless, it is a lot more versatile than most people give it credit for. The guy who was wearing it during the summertime, it still smelled great, but most appropriate would be like Seductive, Cuddle, you know, fall, winter, etc. Nevertheless, you can easily rock what you want, when you want, man. If it works for you, that's all that freaking matters. Let's freshen things up and give you guys something else that's pretty easy. It kind of does this Invictus-y aqua style DNA, and value for money, I find this to be one of the best ones. It's not quite at the middle price range, not quite at the all-time low price range, but I would say it's in like the mid-low price range. And for that, it's actually pretty damn good. One of the best from the brands in terms of the feedback from most of the people. This is called a Hands Pacific. Compliment worthy. In fact, one of the most compliment worthies. You guys know how I feel about Imperia as well. But if I were to start over again, I would easily grab this bad boy as well. Now, yes, there's things like Hawas. There's also Axon Ultimate, and those are probably fragrances that you'll see in a very similar list in the future. However, for the price point, this is the best one at the price point. If you like that fresh, aromatic, kind of aquatic, being by the ocean, but also shower gel, this is one of the best ones to get at the price point. Simple as that. In terms of the performance and occasions, this is going to be perfect for those of you in high school, perfect for those of you in college, going to the gym as a beater fragrance. That's the one to go with. Plain and simple as that. Next one, although this is not my most favorite DNA, I am growing an appreciation for it after specifically going to an island hotel. This smells like that Marriott and Cancun's bar of soap, basically, and it is starting to grow on me, the whole imagination DNA. It's called Essence de Blanc by Fragrance World. Currently, in my opinion, one of the closest, you know, smell-alikes to the whole DNA. It does the neroli, it does the tea. The tea is actually pretty dosed up in this one, and it lasts a hell of a long time. This, for me, it wasn't one that I was even revisiting or visiting in general, but now more so than ever, understanding the whole experience, it's absolutely one that I would buy again. And if you enjoy that DNA, this is really good. A lot of people are going to ask me about, you know, some of the other ones, and I've done comparisons, etc. That's absolutely the best one at the price point, plain and simple. Very compliment worthy. It's crazy how many compliments that fragrance gets, actually. And for the occasions, etc., you could wear it literally everywhere, man. It smells like a hotel on the beach, bar of soap. Simple as that. Last but not least, we're going to talk about my favorite aventus-y style inspos, and I would purchase one of these again. Actually, I would purchase, I'm going to be honest with you guys, man, I would purchase both of these again. And no, it's not Celerio Oros. I kind of wanted to diversify, although Celerio Oros is another great fragrance, more so of a hybrid twist, etc. These are more reminiscent to something like Aventus, basically, and they're my favorite ones. It's Rehans Imperia and Club de Nuit. This is the Eau de Parfum, not the limited edition Parfum. Although that's a great one and one of the smoothest ones, that one doesn't really project the most. I found that the EDP is the longest lasting, and it gives you kind of the middle ground of everything in terms of performance and projection. The reason why I'm holding up both of these is because this one's a little bit more intensive and punchy, the projection wise at least. This, because of that lemon, really cuts through most of the weather, and it's good in terms of my personal enjoyment. In terms of the compliment factors, Imperia has always got me the most compliments when it comes to this style DNA, and it is absolutely close to some of the earliest batches of that whole pineapple and birch, one of the smokiest ones that you can get, and most close and reminding me of the first batches of some of those Aventus bottles the most. Absolutely. Smoky, incensey, oak moss, and birch. The pineapple and some of those citruses starts to die off pretty hour and a half to 2 hours, and a lot of people are used to some of those newer batches, and so for that, they start to think that it's falling off, but no, in fact, it's just closer to some of those birchier, smokier vibes, and giving it even more of a masculinity. I absolutely love this stuff, and I can still smell that oak moss and birch in incense vibe until hour 8 easily. One of my most complimented ones at work, at the gym, next level in terms of compliment. Not next level in terms of the projection. And total longevity, like I said, you can get something that's more beastly, maybe not as close to the whole scent profile, something like Supremacy Not Only Intense. Although still close, it's not going to be the closest in my opinion. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. If I were to start all over again, these are the first 10 that I would start with. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and until the next one, peace.